best. Threech absolutely nailed it. It's so cool to be part of a NES block because the NES is probably my favorite console. And it's cool to be here with Yells, a legend of the game and a legend of speedrunning.
Hi, Say. How are you?
I'm great. Well, for now.
Fantastic.
Because I'm not yet playing River City Ransom in a speed-minded setting, and things have been going really well with the past 24 or so months of me doing no reset runs of this game, and practice has gone really well, so I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
You're gonna do fantastic.
We'll see how the game does. That's the thing. This is a Kunio game.
Yeah, it's not about.
River City Ransom is one of the most treacherous Kunio games, and it could be anywhere from 6.5 minutes, what you're about to see, to about 15 minutes, depending on how the game is feeling. And I'm gonna have a great time no matter what, because I love this game.
Heck yes.
So, we had a character named Big War. Do we know who has won that?
Yes, we do. It is Wizard, and I believe the spelling on that is, let me just double check here. It is WIZRD.
And does capitalization matter?
I believe it was in all caps.
Nice. I love all caps.
It is cruise control for cool.
Shoutouts to Wizard and Warrior.
What's that?
I don't know, I was just reading about it in chat. I assume it's a good game.
If Threech is in chat, I can report that there is now one wizard in River City Ransom.
Exactly one.
There's like one wizard in the entirety of this marathon.
It's alright, is it? On par. Alright. So, Yells, are you feeling ready? Because I'm feeling pretty ready as I can be.
I am absolutely ready.
Alright. Well then, everybody, I will go ahead and count you in, so we're gonna get on this Ransom note screen, because this is River City Ransom, the English version, the Western version, of Downtown Neketsu Monogatari, which is, a video game where you are fighting against rival schools, and the evil Yamada, which in this game is Simon, or Slick. And we're fighting against gangs in this game, and money is a little bit easier to buy a really necessary item, at least for this route, to get through the game quickly. So we're playing on the English version, and so we've got a ransom note. If we interfere, we're going to be in for the fight of our lives, and I fully believe him. So let's get ready to be in for the fight of our lives. In 3, 2, 1, barf. Alright, Yells.
Barf.
Let's do this.
Alright, so this game is basically, the speedrun at least, is basically just a boss rush and a running simulator put together. So what you're going to see Say do is you're going to see Say navigate through screen after screen, basically just avoiding everybody. This game has really cool RPG elements where you can collect money and buy upgrades at shops and whatnot, but what we want is we want one thing. Guys just want one thing, and it's disgusting.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, actually, it's Stone Hands, which is a punch upgrade that lets you execute 3 consecutive punches every time you do a single attack. This is going to be the linchpin to the entire run. With that technique, as well as with some heavily mapped out and mathed out, so shout outs to math here, fight strats that were kind of, they were really brought to the fore by the current world record holder, Will Bobsled. A lot of the damage output that you're going to see on some of these boss fights is really, really tightly mapped. Here in the warehouse, Say intentionally, after killing 2 gang members, just waited at the center to make sure that the other gang members spawned on the opposite side so they didn't have to go back and forth. And yeah, you blink and you miss it. Rocco is already dead. The first boss is Rocco. Very clean kill, and also a very clean death warp. The death warp is crucial to the speedrun because you save 45 seconds compared to simply running back to the second boss, Blade, who is not holding a blade but is instead holding a chain, who is the only boss in this entire game that is not just linear for the game, and it wrong-footed many a child of my generation.
And adults.
Couldn't figure out
And
where on
to
earth.
this day, everybody.
Yeah, everybody, like, no, like people get lost for like an extra half hour just because they put the second boss in like the third room. We're just like, where do we go? He's not here. I don't know what's happening. So, but anyway, 2 bosses down. Sei has a chain, which does really good damage and has really good reach as well. The reach is really important. Not threach,
Yes.
but reach.
Shoutouts to Reach.
It's shoutouts to Reach and Threach.
And Wizard
let's
and
be real.
Warrior.
But and wizards. Remember, 1 wizards. Really good platforming here by Sei getting up on those boxes. There's a really tight jump that he just executed just to get through there, and we are navigating to the room where the third boss is kept, for lack of a better word. This is Turk's room, and we're gonna kill 4 members of the gang called the Mob, and there's Turk. So on any boss room, or at least for most of them anyway, you have to kill 4 gang members in order to get them to spawn. That is another really efficient and quick boss kill. The one thing that we haven't really discussed at all is that in certain rooms, as Sei is leaving, he is doing a really big jump into the screen transition, and you could barely tell because it's right at the edge of the screen transition. So you'll see him jump, and then that's it. There's nothing really to it. But what he's doing there is he is achieving something called floating state. If you do the largest possible jump that you can do, once you land, your damage output for every attack you do is increased by 1 until the next time you leave the ground. So that is so if you get knocked over, technically your feet leave the ground as you fall. That counts. If you jump again, that counts, unless you do like a frame perfect jump that is also the highest jump you can possibly do. Oh, and the squids, giving him the business right outside. Oh, we got double internationals. This is incredible.
That was a really good run.
That
was a
really good run. And then the internationals are just like, this is our favorite thing. Hello.
That means I can try and get the crate back and then die again.
That's true. Yeah.
Not that
one.
one.
Yeah. So that was the just the increased damage output. But Sei showed off one of the key super fun, pitfalls of this game, which is dodging the gangs is not nearly as easy as he might make it look otherwise. Sei is now going to equip the stone hands that he bought. He's also going to try a really, really difficult maneuver here called the box sled. I'm going to give him some quiet here real quick.
There's one fail.
Good save, good save. Sick. Really great job by Sei. And also, got the quick kill on Thor as well. So again, what's happening there is you can build up that same running speed to do the maximum height jump simply by walking. It's effectively like a step counter. And once you get enough steps, then the next time you go to do a jump, you can do the highest possible jump. And that jump in particular is wild. Sei is now the second person I've ever seen do it in a marathon setting, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So again, shout outs to Will Bobsled for that one as well.
Will Bobsled, the pioneer of so many things.
Yeah, and then that's why we call that move the box sled in honor of Will. It's just super, super duper neat. By the way, Sei is already in River City High, which is the last building for the run. Got some bad gang spawns here, but that's quite all right.
I tried to manipulate them, but it's a little weird in the gym.
It is, yeah. So we're gonna fight Otis here. This is a pretty tightly routed damage output sequence as well with these 2 throws. And then Sei is going to do one of those floating state jumps right here off of the balance beam. It's okay. Back up.
I missed the cool backup. Oh man.
That's okay. Another backup to get up onto the hoop. Sei doesn't have floating state now, but he'll get it back before he fights the penultimate bosses, the twins. So, again, each of these boss rooms, you have to kill 4 enemies. And hey, does anybody recognize this song? Sei does a big jump to get floating state back, and it's time for the twins. Beautiful. And by killing them one after the other and not picking up the coin from the first one, Sei saves 10 seconds by skipping their dialogue. Because if you kill them both at the same time, or if you kill one and then pick up his coin and then kill the other, then you end up getting 10 seconds of dialogue.
What? Where was my
Take that,
damage?
Simon.
What just happened? I guess I missed a punch somewhere and didn't realize. Okay.
It must have been, but that's okay because you absolutely crushed this
Time.
run. And there we go. That's time. That was time. Right as screen went black.
That was almost a sub 7 with the death. Everything else
Yeah,
was amazing.
Yeah.
That was lightning fast.
Yeah. If not for the internationals, that would have been it would have been a sub 7 easy.
Yeah,
But
that
a
was
fantastic job, Sei.
Because of how everything else went, that would have been a 6-2x or a 6-3x if I hadn't taken the unfortunate death, because I got super punched by the internationals after already taking damage in the room prior. I could have probably gotten away from them, but I didn't act fast enough. But I can't complain too much. I got a second try box sled without dying there. Like, I died in that region, just not the way I expected.
Yeah. That's true. That is very true. Yeah, again, like, this game is super fun to play, but it is sneaky difficult. And again, I think the testament to the fact that the part where Sei did take a death is because of gang spawns and not because of bosses and not because of like a ridiculously difficult jump that he pulled off second try without dying in those attempts. This game is all about your ability to read and react, because I think most rooms have like 8 different spawn patterns that you could have as you enter them. So like, he got a double left side internationals in the factory, which is just probably one of the worst patterns you can get. So of course it shows up in a marathon, but you just need to be able, as soon as you're running in and you are running full pelt, that's the first thing that you are definitely doing, is you're just running full pelt, but you're also reading the room to make sure that you understand what's going on. And again, Sei is one of the best at being able to read and react to that. And proof is in the pudding there, like a low 7 in a marathon setting with a death. Just absolutely crushed it.
Thank you so much. That's one of the things I love the most about most, or if not all, Kunio games. And I gravitate to a lot of speedruns that are like that. The games that force you to not just be good at executing in known situations, but force you to be really, really good at adapting and reacting and proacting and just molding to the situation. And, yeah, just being really flexible. I find that incredibly rewarding and incredibly fun, and River City Ransom EX, like most of the games from the Kunio franchise, are all about that, because they're so luck-based in such robust and like fast twitch ways that really demand that of you. And it's a brutal speed game. It's kind of tough to recommend in some ways, unlike Super Dodgeball Brawlers, which I played earlier, because it is so brutal and the luck is so deadly. You can do everything right and still take a death, like you just saw. But like, even then, there is a way to move through that factory in that first room that can get you through most double left patterns, including that one. Like, I could have played it better and probably survived. So it's actually a game with a really high skill ceiling, even though it's more simplistic in execution compared to a lot of games. And I'm very happy to show it off. And I guess it's become my thing to just play this game in every single marathon and speedrunning event that exists. So this has been another in the long line, and this will certainly not be the last time. Thank you for having me in this marathon. It's been a delight to be able to show off a couple of Kunio games for you. I really hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for all the support for me and for this incredible event. Let's see if we can reach at least $2,000 before this event's end. We've done an amazing job already raising more than $1,100. We're really close to 1.2 thousand, so get those donations in. It's for an amazing cause. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Yelsrake. You did a wonderful job, as I knew you would.
Thanks, Sei. Shoutouts to Sei. Make sure you're following Seirea Song. Twitch.tv/Seirea Song. Amazing streamer.
And thank you for that amazing run, Seirea, and Yell's fantastic commentary, as always. I hope to see this kind of run again. It was very educational for me, because I don't play a lot of this type of game. and I probably should, being from that era. Yeah. Anything else y'all want to say before we get the show on the road?
I'm totally good. Thank you so much again, everybody. And enjoy the rest of the marathon, and enjoy the rest of Nest Block. And I believe Yelsrake himself is coming up right about soon.
Soonish. Soon, TM. Nest block, best block.